Welcome back to Supers Live. What a doozy of a race we just got done with. They always said that racing at the real I-70 Speedway was something to behold. This track is has been kind of kaputs and out of commission for a long time. It's one of those great abandoned racetracks. They're trying to bring it back. Guy by the name of Chris Payne. We sure hope he does. It'll be dirt, but it'll still make for some great racing. But I don't know if it could make as good racing as what we did virtually tonight with our super modifieds. What a show! 50 laps, one caution, 12 minutes and 6 seconds with one caution. 12 minutes and 6 seconds tonight. And the winner of that great race here tonight at I-70 is Keith. Put one on your pal. Keith, we hope the break was long enough to give you a chance to take a swig of your favorite beverage and grab your breath, because we want to know how nerve-wracking was that with Rob Warren in front and then racing with him and Brad Keysor, and then at the end, Speedy Man's all over you. You were able to hold on here tonight for the win. How nerve-wracking was it out there over those bumps and everything so fast out there at I-70?
I was definitely nerve-wracking. Thanks, Bobby. What a race. I can't believe it was 12 minutes. It seemed like an hour there at the end. But, yeah, what a great race this was. I was, it shook out, and we didn't have no big mishaps first couple laps. So this race started off exactly how I wanted it to. Me and Steve actually talked and worked quite a bit at this track. We were pretty good last year. I felt I gave one away, just me goofing up. I wrecked it all by myself last year, and kind of wanted to redeem ourselves this year. And I just felt if we can get through about 4 laps, and a caution to come out, then we might be all right. We saved a little tire, and me and Steve really talked that through. Made some changes to kind of force us to save a little tire in the beginning, but so it started shaking out. Just fast. I was just in the middle of fast guys there at the beginning. Dave Ohh was working his way up through, so I kind of let him go, and I kind of wanted him to push Nelson and Rob to burn those tires up. I figured if they start getting pressure from Dave there, maybe all three of those could burn their tires up. We save a little bit in the first 15, 20 laps, and that was a plan. And then there was a big wreck that I don't know how me and Rob missed it. We just lucked through it, and we did, and we didn't get ran over from behind. Thanks to great drivers like Brad and those Steve, Brad. I think those were the two right behind us. And at that time, so I found myself sitting in second, and I noticed Rob was really loose when he got going on the initial start. And I was thinking, well, he might be a little loose again, but I don't want to get into racing with him. He's just going to draw me right into his strategy. He's a smart driver, so was going to sit there, and then I seen, even when tires got hot, he was still a little loose. He started getting his hands full, so I was just wanting to peek on the outside a little bit, getting in the corners, peek on the outside, not trying to really pass him, but try to get him to just to pinch it just a little bit, especially off two. And if I could get him to do that, then maybe he'd wiggle a little bit, and we could make that pass. And then all of a sudden, his car just darted, and I heard a big crash. I didn't see him where he hit it, just darted, and I heard a big crash, and I actually backed off and yellow didn't come out. I'm like, that's crazy. So then that was it. I had a big wiggle on the back straightaway. Brad, I'm pretty sure at that time was right behind me, let me gather it up. I appreciate that. That's just a stand-up guy and a good driver. I said when he came into this league, he just had some really good track presence, and he showed it there. And then they started putting pressure on me, and I was like, now it's time to go. And we started, I started taking off. I just couldn't leave him. And then I think him and Dave Ohh got to racing there with maybe like 6 to go, and I just found a little breathing room. And that's what we needed. As you can tell, I'm super excited about this win. Got to thank my teammate, Steve. Icings on top. What a great sponsor. Jim Mayfield, for helping me and Steve out so much that he did. Got to thank, SUPRS and just putting on great racing. Thank Rob, First Fish Race Servers, Kevin Timmons, just awesome work that they do and really, really hard work. I mean, they put in a ton of hours while we're sitting here practicing during the week. They're making sure all this looks good. And thank you, Bobby, not only for the announcing, but, just everything you do. And this has been one hell of a 15th year anniversary season so far. So super stoked, and just we'll go after it next week.
Keith Powell, awfully happy at Victory Lane. We knew he would be. He ran a really good race out there tonight, and fastest speed of the top speed of the race, 168.392 mile an hour. That is flat getting it. A guy was flat getting it as well from the middle of the pack to the back of the pack to the front of the pack. Speedy man Dave Ohh. You didn't get your 4th win in a row tonight, but you got to feel pretty good about getting back into second. How satisfying is it, or how disappointing is it to not win here at I-70?
Well, it was a good race. First off, got to apologize to Brad for getting into him with maybe 5 or 6 to go. I know I kind of killed his chance of getting up with Keith. But I had a good beginning of the race, kind of worked my way up through there, and unfortunately got involved in an accident there when I was out in front, and it sent me all the way to the back. And after that damage, I just quite didn't have enough tire left at the end after running it so hard trying to work my way back up through there. Maybe if I was a little smarter and was a little quicker getting back through the pack, I could have had something for Keith. But congratulations to him on the win. He ran a great race. Very consistent and smooth all race long, and didn't really make a mistake there. Because I saw him and Brad battling quite a bit up there up front. Was hoping they'd get side by side and kind of fall back to me a little bit, but they both ran great races.
You had a couple big moments out there trying to get back through the field, even before you went to the back of the field, the racing with Nelson Rodriguez. But you had a couple of moments out there where you just about lost it. How tough was it at this joint to try to keep the car on the ground and get through those high-speed, high-bank corners?
I knew after the initial accident there where I got all that damage, I knew I could just drive it in as hard as I wanted and that thing wouldn't come around. So that's basically what I did those last 30 laps or so. I just 110% every lap, and unfortunately burned the tires off with like 3 or 4 to go, but that's how it goes sometimes. It was still a great race, and was really fun.
Speedy man Dave Ohh comes home in second place. Let's talk to the guys, your new track record holder, and had a good dash, second in the dash. You're the only guy that kept Keith Powell from sweeping the night, Brad Keysor. You had a great race car out there, solid throughout the night. Where was the shortcoming at? Where did you miss something that you couldn't come away with a win here tonight?
I wouldn't really say it was a miss. I would say it was just a series of unfortunate events would be the way I'd put it. The invert definitely put me behind some really fast cars, and I'm always very aware of where Rob and Keith are and how the points are shaping up. So yeah, Keith was talking about he broke loose a couple times on the back straightaway, and both times I probably could have forced it in there and really gone for what's best for me. But again, when those guys are racing for a points championship, it goes back and forth every week. Rob was probably rooting for me to go for it, but the smart thing was to settle back. And then it was really Keith and I were real similar for a long run, and I could make a move on him a little bit here and there. And every time I'd start to make a move, he could defend it just enough. And then I was saving the equipment, saving it. But the whole time with lap traffic, it's just how it was. I was watching Dave run up on us, and right when I was about ready to start really pushing Keith with about 6 to 5 to go, I really thought I could really push him because the car was coming in. I started running some 12-1s that Dave and I started racing and then let Keith kind of walk away with it. But it was a fun race. And really, like I said, the car wasn't there. It was just more starting behind really fast cars on a tight track is tough to overcome sometimes.
Brad, you as we talked early in the night, the guy that you're battling for the first to fit it or the Icings on Top Rookie of the Year award, you raced with him a lot of this race. What was it like being able to run in front of him for a while out there tonight?
It was deja vu of Phoenix. We ran there probably about a month ago now, and very similar where we both knew we were really, really fast. We were talking about before the race and just trying to survive stuff. And at the end, again, it was just a matter of where he caught me worked out for him. I actually didn't expect it. He got me just a tick, and it broke me loose, and then he gave me the spot back, so that had nothing to do with it. But our cars were just a little different in the draft with each other. And as he said, he could sail into the corners a little bit deeper late in the race. And then once he passed me, it was funny because it was return favor. I almost made a run on him down the front straightaway on the last lap. So it was fun. He's always fun to race with. He's a real clean racer. That's what I enjoy about everyone on here is, running with Keith, it was a clean race. I will have to say I thought I had him passed, but I thought the same thing. I thought a caution was going to come out. So I kind of backed out coming out of 4. And then I noticed it was him going. I'm like, oh, that was a bad move there. So all in all, great night. Again, thanks to all the sponsors help us out, but fun race with you guys.
Rookie's doing well here tonight, just like at Phoenix. Brad was saying it was the night of rookies, and tonight it was definitely the night. Second and third. Well, that was it for our winter Western swing. We are headed back into Illinois next week for the Land of Lincoln 50. It's a NASCAR heat race, part of the SUPRS Heatfinder.net Supermodified Challenge this year, open to anyone in the public. As long as you're registered to race at SUPRS, race the NASCAR Heat platform without making a donation to Parish Memorial Modifieds. So that's coming up next week, same time at 9 o'clock. Our broadcast will start over the SUPRS Broadcasting Network, and we will be enjoying some great racing there. Have a couple other guys that you didn't get to see tonight in racing with us. And coming up after that, we've got a big race coming, 3 races in a row coming up, as a matter of fact. It's the 15th annual Keystone Nationals coming up first week of April. And we start out at Route 93 Raceway. That's a NASCAR heat track. Then we go to the big, beautiful Mile of Nazareth on night number 2. And then we finish up the Keystone Nationals with a 125-lap 15th annual Randy Whitcomb Memorial at Jennerstown Speedway, also a NASCAR heat track. You don't want to miss that. Schedule some time out for 3 nights of Supermodified Sim Racing from the original Supermodified Sim Racing sanction. We will welcome you in for the broadcast. If you're following us on or watching on Twitch, make sure you hit that follow button. Let us know that you're enjoying the show. Again, thanks to 2502 Zach S. watching tonight, as well as the Heatfinder.net guys. Enjoy having everybody watching on supers.net as well. So for your winner here tonight, Keith, put one on you, pal, coming out of I-70 with a little bit more padding than he did coming in with the point lead. He is followed across the line tonight by rookie Dave Ohh and rookie Brad Keysor. I'm Bob Gangworth, thanking First to Finish Race Servers, Breeze Graphics, and Icings on Top for all the dedication to original Supermodified Sim Racing sanction. Been going at it since 2004, and reminding you all as we head out of Missouri and head to the Land of Lincoln, keep it wing side up and wheels to the ground.
Someone you love, and if you're going through it, I say do it with someone you love. I've been around a long time, in and out of love, but if you're gonna do it, I say do it with someone you love.